How's it going? It's Friday night. 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, 2 weeks before Christmas. It's hard to believe Thanksgiving's already been gone for so long, but we're getting really excited about Christmas coming up for sure. But it is Friday night, and that means it is jerky night. And tonight, we're going to be making Baja Jerky. Now the ingredients for this particular marinade consists of 5 teaspoons of salt, 5 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of coriander, 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder, 1.5 teaspoons of ground ginger, 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin. Now, I think I've mentioned before, I'm not a really big fan of cumin, so I will probably be cutting that amount in half. I just don't like the flavor or the smell for some reason. So we're going to cut that back a little bit, but that's all good. So it's a complete dry recipe, so we will be using the Snugtopia tonight. Now I did have trouble finding an eye-round roast tonight. There were 2 of them at the butcher's, but they were both under 2 pounds, and I need more than 2 pounds to account for waste. So we're going to go with a rump roast. I had tried a bottom round roast before, but I found that that was too greasy, too oily with fats. So this rump roast looked pretty similar to the eye round roast. We're going to go ahead and try it, and we'll grade that and see what we think. All right, well, let's go ahead and get the meat started, and after that, we'll go ahead and worry about the marinade. Feels a little wet too. Not really happy about it, but we just have to go with what we have to work with. So let's cut it up. All right, here we go. There we have it. It's sliced. That's all I get to say about that. I'll tell you, it didn't slice very well. There's a lot of nasty stuff in it, so we're going to have to spend a little bit of extra time cleaning it up. But let's, I guess, get started on that. The proof will be in the pudding tomorrow to see how good it tastes and the texture and all that. But right now, I'm not very confident. So let's clean it up and move ahead. Alright, so it's all cleaned up, and as I expected, it was quite a mess. I probably ended up with about 2/3 of the volume I normally do, which means had I gone with the slightly less than 2 pound eye round roast, I still would have ended up with more product at the end. So, again, the proof is in the pudding. We'll see how that works out tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm not happy with what I have so far. But we'll see how it turns out. Let's go ahead and make the marinade, okay? I also sadly do not have the Corningware bowl, so it's just one of those kind of nights. So we're going to start out with 5 teaspoons of salt per pound, so that's 10 teaspoons, which is 3 1/3 tablespoons. We'll start there. I'm going to go slightly less because I don't think I actually have quite 2 pounds of meat here, so we'll just kind of round down as we go. 5 teaspoons of black pepper, so we'll go with 3 tablespoons. Alright, now 4 tablespoons of coriander. I may not have quite enough, but I think it's going to be fine. Alright, 3 teaspoons of chili powder. We're going with Chipotle smoked red jalapeno. Just go with 2. I don't want to ruin it by it being too hot. If you remember the one with the 15 tablespoons of, or 2 bottles of Tabasco, remember that was unedible. So let's don't to be a little judicious here. 3 teaspoons of ginger. Alright, we used up all the coriander and all the ginger. Keep that in our minds next time we need to go to the store and get spices. 3 teaspoons of turmeric. Got some yellow stuff there. Whoop. Pretty color. And 3 teaspoons of cumin. We're going to go with just 2, maybe less. Whew. Okay, I smelled it. We're going with 1.5. Ick. Now, I'm going to whisk this, and then I'm going to mix it in a bigger bowl with the meat. I just think I need more space to get everything well blended. All right, whisk in the dry goods. Okay, in the bowl. I'll whisk it again. I want to have a really good mix of that. And we're just going to dump the meat in from the Snugtopia. And you know, it may be good that this meat is so wet with the fattiness because it will help stick the dry ingredients. Maybe the dry ingredients will sort of deal with that moistness. Alright, that looks good. It's up to me. Let's go ahead and put it in Snugtopia. So there we have it, all mixed up, dry. And I'm hoping that the fact that the marinade's dry is going to help it out a lot. So let's let this absorb all these yummy spices, and we'll come back tomorrow and we'll dehydrate it and see how it turns out, okay? All right, it's Saturday. It's halftime of the Alabama game. They're beating Arkansas 38-3, so I've got time to get in here and get this meat on the dehydrator, get it started. Not very hopeful with the outcome, and I can already tell there's a lot less meat than normal, so I don't think we're going to get the full 5 trays. But let's go ahead and get it loaded up, and I guess we'll see what happens. Still really dry, very powdery. Okay, well, let's go. As I thought, a lot of the wetness is gone. Alright, so we were able to get to a 5th tray, but just barely. And I had also spread the lower trays pretty thinly, just to try to, maximize airflow. There's a large number of pieces here that are fairly thickly cut. It didn't want to slice very well. So that will make a difference in our length of time for dehydrating. So we're just gonna fire it up and let it go. And I guess I'll see you back here in a few hours and we'll see how it looks. Yeah, I guess that's it. We'll see you back. All right, it's been a few hours. I just took a quick look at the bottom tray, and it looks like we're going to need to go ahead and rotate these trays around. Smells very much of cumin in here. All right, let's swap the trays. All right, I guess we'll see you back here in about an hour or so. Okay, it's been another hour. Let's go ahead and give this a try. I'm a little scared, I'll be honest. Take a look. It's very powdery, very yellow. I'm not sure about the meat, but we're going to take this piece right here. Give it a try. All right, here we go. The meat's okay. Took a minute for the chili powder to kick in. It's very powdery though. I don't like that texture. It's tender enough. It's not fatty. I don't think it will hold well. A lot of heat at the end. I think the flavor's okay. The cumin comes through a lot. So, for our 25th episode, Baja Jerky. The meat will knock this down a little bit. The flavor's okay. I don't like the powdery texture, so we're going to give this maybe a 6.5 to 7. It's edible, but it's not the favorite I've ever made. So there you go. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, and I guess we'll see you in a couple of weeks for our next, will be our 26th episode, our halfway point in our journey. All right, we'll see you then.